Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Jedi. So, today we're going to be talking about President Trump's new decision to want to have all of the coronavirus details and basically like all the cases and deaths from all hospitals. Usually they're sent to the CDC, but he wants them to be sent to himself or basically the Trump administration. So, let's look at what's going on there. So, let's go. All right. So, if we're going to start off, let's start off from the beginning. So, most hospitals and pretty much anywhere where they can test for coronavirus cases, all the different times that they get cases and deaths, they must send that to the CDC. CDC, of course, you guys know, it's a huge organization that basically takes over like World Health pretty much. So they kind of send everything to World Health, and that's where they get the main count for COVID-19 cases. So what President Trump decided to do was he decided to make pretty much like impose a suggestion for now, and I think he's gonna make that soon into like an actual petition, and he's gonna actually run it and actually try to make it, fully mandatory that all hospitals must send all of their coronavirus related cases and like all cases, deaths, and if there's any like family members attached, anything that goes on, Trump administration must get a hold of that. So he's basically asking for everybody to send everything to Trump administration. Now, the way this is going to work is that Trump administration will take over all the cases. Then they'll be able to see, and they can do whatever they want with it. And then they could send whatever they wanted to World Health Organization. So why is this a huge deal, and why is this kind of taking a turn? Well, basically, most areas, right, most parts of the world, when they have a COVID-19 case, they're gonna send it to WHO, which is basically the World Health Organization, or they're gonna send it to CDC, which will send it to the WHO. So when they do that, they have an official count. But what President Trump wants is he wants all the cases to be sent to administration, so then they can kind of pick out and say, okay, well, this might not be a COVID-19 case. This might be like a flu. Or they might be able to say, okay, this death is not because of COVID-19, something happened in the hospital. So they can kind of go through it a little bit further and kind of see what goes on, and then send it to the World Health Organization. This, of course, will either slow down or raise the cases and deaths. And of course, that's going to be up to President Trump, and that's what he wants. Is he kind of wants it to be lowered. So of course, he's going to try his best to see if some of the deaths were caused by something else. And what he intends to do is basically end up pushing as much as possible onto flus and other hospitalized things. That way, he can kind of get it to be a non-COVID-19 problem. So that way, the U.S. numbers drops, and of course, he would be able to control it. That's basically where he stands with that. Now let's look at the sides. So the Democratic side and the Republican side. So let's look at the Democratic side. Of course, he thinks it's like a scam, and he's just doing it just to kind of like promote his own gain. By November 3rd, he's got to go ahead and throw it for the election. So they think it's like he's doing like a stunt to do that, and they could be right. Now let's go to the Republican side. Well, they believe it's a really good idea because they think the CDC and other hospitals must work together, and they think that the CDC is kind of stretching some of the cases to make USA look bad, and so the Republicans believe that we must give it all to Trump administration. Now, I'm in the middle with all this, like always, so I kind of agree with the Democrats that, it is kind of sketchy, the fact that Trump administration could do whatever they want with it. But I also agree that he is our president, so we have to kind of trust him. So I say that we should send it to him. And, we got to kind of have one more barrier. Instead of it just being Trump administration, maybe send it to somewhere else and they can all kind of collaborate. So I think we got to work around it a little bit, but I think we're getting there. Hopefully, the final goal should be to get rid of all COVID-19 cases. And hopefully find a vaccine. If we find a vaccine, I'll be the first one to tell you guys. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and like this video. Share with all your friends. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.